April 2nd has arrived, and with it comes President Donald Trump's long-promised Liberation Day tariffs that the commander-in-chief claims are set to reshape global trade and potentially plunge economies into turmoil. After weeks of anticipation and uncertainty, the White House confirmed that President Donald Trump will announce the specifics from the Rose Garden, where he'll be joined by key cabinet members.
The president said last night he has made a decision and a determination. I don't want to get ahead of the president. This is obviously a very big day. He's with his trade and tariff team right now, perfecting it to make sure this is a perfect deal for the American people and the American worker.
Now, even though the White House has been tight-lipped on the exact scope and rates of the tariffs, reports suggest a blanket 20% tariff on imports from nearly every trading partner remains on the table. There's also speculation of targeted tariffs of up to 25% on goods from nations unwilling to negotiate favorable trade deals. Amid President Trump's tariff warning, Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney and the European Union have pledged retaliation if, in fact, the tariffs are enforced.
We're going to be very deliberate in terms of the measures we take to fight for Canada, fight against these unjustified measures by the U.S. administration, but also to protect, to have that minimal impact in Canada.
And even Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum warned of an eye for an eye approach regarding tariffs, making clear that Mexico is prepared to respond strategically.
We do not believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, because that always leads to a bad situation. Of course, measures are taken because measures are taken on the other side, but the dialogue must continue. It's not about tit for tat, but about what is best for Mexico and how to face this situation.
And the European Union is also not far behind, warning the commander-in-chief of holding a lot of cards. The EU Commission president declared that Europe doesn't want to retaliate, but will if need be.
Holds a lot of cards, from trade to technology to the size of our market. But this strength is also built on our readiness to take firm countermeasures if necessary. All instruments are on the table.
Meanwhile, President Trump's own administration remains divided. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has been the most aggressive advocate for sweeping tariffs, while Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Advisor Peter Navarro favor a more cautious approach. Now, as the world braces for President Trump's announcement, the potential for a full-blown trade war looms. But what exactly will Donald Trump unveil this afternoon? The world watches and waits, uncertain of what Liberation Day will actually bring.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%. Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.